Have you ever felt that annoying little pain when your puppy bites your finger with all his strength, like it's a toy? Yeah. Now imagine that getting worse every single day. And the scariest part? You might actually be the one making it happen without even knowing. Let me tell you a quick story. Carol brought home a Shih Tzu puppy, super fluffy, looked like a little teddy bear. In the first few days, he gave tiny little bites, like, "Hey human, let's play." But after a week, he started biting hard. No more playing. And you know why? Because Carol, without meaning to, was doing a bunch of things that taught the puppy biting was fun. And if you think that can't happen to you, be careful. A lot of people think they're training their puppy the right way, but they're actually making things worse. And when they finally realize it, it's too late. The puppy has already learned that biting is the best way to get attention, play, or even protect himself. But don't worry. Today I'm going to show you exactly what you might be doing wrong and how to stop your little one from turning into a professional biter. If you love your puppy and want him to grow up calm and well-behaved, stick with me until the end. This might change everything. You know when we see a super cute puppy and scream, "Oh my god, you're so cute." Well, the puppy hears that and thinks, "Yay, party time. Time to jump, run, and bite everything in sight." It's like your voice hits the crazy mode button in his brain. Want an example? Imagine you're a super excited kid and someone yells, "Let's play tag." You'd go running, right? Now imagine that person said it calmly, like, "Let's play, but no running." You'd feel more relaxed. It's the same with puppies. If we speak loudly and excitedly, they get overexcited. And when they get excited, guess what happens? They bite. Because that's how puppies play. So next time your little buddy is next to you, try talking in a calm voice. Like, "Hey there, buddy. How are you?" Gently. That helps him feel safe and understand that he doesn't need to jump or bite to show he's happy. It might seem like a small thing, but it makes a huge difference. Speaking calmly is like giving a hug with your voice. And puppies understand that way better than an excited scream. Picture this. Little Pedro got a puppy named Bolinia. He was small, fluffy, and loved biting everything. One day, Pedro grabbed a plush toy and started waving it right in front of Bolinia's nose like, "Come get it. Come get it." What do you think happened? Bolinia went wild. Jumping, barking, biting at the air, trying to grab the toy with his sharp little teeth. But then oops. He accidentally bit Pedro's finger. Ouch. Why did that happen? Because when we wave a toy in front of a puppy's face, he thinks it's prey. Like a little bird flapping its wings. And puppies, even if they're cute, have strong hunting instincts. They think they have to catch it no matter what. It's like we're saying go, attack, without meaning to. So if your puppy is biting a lot, don't wave toys right in front of him. It's better to put the toy on the floor or gently roll it so he chases it calmly. That way, he still plays but without turning into a bite machine. And guess what Pedro did next? He learned to play with Bolinia in a calmer way. He gave him toys without all the hype, and Bolinia started biting less. Now they play together every day, with no more ouch in the middle. Look, when a puppy bites and we yell or hit him, he doesn't understand he did something wrong. In his little head, you're just making noise. And you know what happens? He gets scared or even more hyper. It's like when someone yells at you and you don't even know why. You get mad, right? Or maybe you just want to run away. Puppies feel the same. When we yell, the puppy might think we're playing rough or that he needs to defend himself. Then he could bite more or start getting scared of your hand, your voice, even you. And that's not good at all. The best way to teach is calmly. If he bites, speak firmly but don't yell something like, "No biting." Then stop playing for a moment. That way, he learns that biting ends the fun. And he'll start to understand he has to be more gentle. With patience and kindness, puppies learn so much faster. And they grow up calmer and more obedient too. You know Tico? He's a little Shih Tzu puppy who came into a new home full of energy. Everyone in the family wanted to play with him all the time. It was toys, cuddles, noise, running all day long. At first, it seemed great. But soon, Tico started changing. He kept jumping non-stop, biting everything he saw, and wouldn't listen when someone called his name. It was like he was stuck in turbo mode. The family didn't understand why he was so hyper. They just wanted to give him love and attention, but they forgot to give him time to rest, too. The truth is that puppies need breaks, quiet, and routine. When we overstimulate them with too many toys, loud noises, endless playtime and excitement, their little brains get overloaded. And that makes them even more restless and harder to manage. After Tico's family realized this, they started making changes. They created set times for play, let him sleep peacefully, and avoided too much noise. In just a few days, Tico became calmer, started listening better, and even slept through the night. So, if you want a well-behaved, peaceful puppy, remember, less chaos, more balance. Now picture Lily, a little Shih Tzu puppy who had just arrived at her new home. She was absolutely adorable. Everyone in the house wanted to be with her all the time. She didn't take a single step without someone holding her, sitting with her on the couch, or laying on the floor. And of course, Lily loved it. Who doesn't love attention, right? But one day, the family had to go out. Just for an hour. But for Lily, that 1 hour was torture. She cried, barked non-stop, and even scratched the door. She had no idea what was going on. For the first time, she was alone. And the worst part? She had never learned how to handle that. What happened to Lily is more common than it seems. When a puppy is never left alone, they grow up thinking someone will always be there. And when they have to deal with silence, emptiness, or even just waiting, they panic. This can lead to anxiety, insecurity, and all kinds of hard-to-fix behaviors later on. The solution? Teach the puppy little by little. Lily's family started leaving her alone for just a few minutes, then increased the time gradually, always in a calm way. They gave her toys to keep her busy and showed her that being alone sometimes is normal and safe. Now, Lily even takes nice naps when she's alone. She learned to enjoy her own company. And that's essential for any pup to grow up emotionally healthy. You know, when a puppy sticks to their owner all the time? It seems cute, right? But if they never learn to be alone for a bit, it can turn into a big problem. They might grow up scared of being alone, and end up sad, anxious, or even aggressive when no one's around. That's why it's important to teach your puppy that being alone sometimes is totally okay. And it starts slowly. First, leave the room for just a few minutes. Then try short trips out of the house. When you come back, don't throw a big party. That way, the puppy learns that you leaving and coming back is no big deal. You can also leave fun toys, like those with treats inside or chewy toys. This keeps them busy and helps them not miss you so much. It helps the puppy feel safe even without anyone nearby. If the puppy learns early that being alone is normal, they grow up calmer and more balanced. And that prevents a lot of bad behaviors, like endless crying, destroying stuff, or peeing in the wrong places just because they were alone for a while. Taking care of this early in a dog's life makes all the difference in raising a happier, more relaxed adult. And your home will be a lot more peaceful too. Now imagine that every time your Shih Tzu hears a strange sound like a hairdryer, the doorbell, or a passing car, they freak out, bark, or try to hide. This happens a lot when puppies aren't used to sounds and new people while they're still young. Dogs, just like us, need to get to know the world little by little. If a puppy only sees the same things every day, anything new will seem scary to them. And then, when they grow up, they might be afraid of visitors, kids, other dogs, or even the wind. That's why it's super important to introduce them to different situations while they're still little. Play a soft thunder sound, let them hear the TV, the vacuum, or street noise. Show them people with hats, sunglasses, umbrellas, kids running around. All calmly and positively. And the secret is always linking new things with something good. Give them a treat, pet them, talk in a happy voice. That way, they learn that new sounds and people aren't scary, they're just part of life. If you do this from the start, your Shih Tzu will grow up feeling confident, curious, and social. They'll be a happy dog who loves to explore the world without fear. You know, when we say sit, stay, come here to the puppy over and over, but they don't do anything? It's not always their fault. Most of the time, it's because they don't understand what we're asking. Repeating the word 1,000 times without showing what it means just confuses them. Imagine if someone kept saying a word to you in another language without explaining it. You'd be lost, right? It's the same with a Shih Tzu. They're not born knowing what sit or stay means. They need to learn slowly, by seeing what we want and getting a reward when they get it right. So the best way to teach a command is to show the movement with your hand or gently guide their body like with sit, and then immediately give a treat or a cuddle when they do it right. This helps them connect the word with the action. And you don't need to repeat it 100 times. Once, done patiently and clearly, is better than saying sit again and again. If you're patient and do this every day for just a few minutes, your puppy will learn really quickly. It'll be fun for them and way easier for you too. Now imagine if every time you made a mistake, someone yelled at you or got angry. You'd be really scared, right? It's exactly the same with Shih Tzu puppies. When we yell or scold them, what they feel is fear. And even if they obey, it's just to avoid getting in trouble, not because they understand what's right. And you know what's worse? If they get too scared, they might start hiding, become sad, or lose interest in playing. That breaks all the sweet trust you were building together. The best way is to use a calm but firm tone. If your puppy does something wrong like peeing in the wrong place, you can say a gentle no, and take them to the right spot. And when they get it right, then yes, celebrate. Lots of affection, a cheerful voice, maybe even a treat. They'll quickly figure out what makes you happy and want to do it again. Training with kindness helps your Shih Tzu grow up confident, happy, and much more obedient. Because deep down, what they want most is to make you happy. And they learn way faster when they feel loved and safe. So, see how a few harmless actions can actually make your puppy's biting worse? Sometimes, just laughing when they bite, or letting them play with your hand, teaches them it's fun and they'll keep doing it. Now that you know what not to do, keep an eye out, okay? Because what starts as a cute little nip can turn into a big problem later. And once they're older, it's much harder to teach them that biting isn't allowed. Remember Carol's story? She only realized she was reinforcing bad behavior when the puppy started biting hard for real. But you're here learning, and that's already a huge step toward having a calmer, better behaved, and happier dog. If you liked this video and want to keep learning how to take great care of your puppy, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and tell me in the comments if your dog also loves to bite. I'd love to hear your story. See you in the next video.